this week's UGL Tournaments
Hello,
World Championship. I'm with Jean-Benoit here, so we're going to be... says hello already.
Ready for new games.
I'm David, of course, and we're going to be casting another few highlights of the last 2 weeks, I think. They're not all from last week this time, but that's because we don't get enough of your replays. Please send us more.
Yeah, and especially considering that today's matches are going to be taken all from Group 4. So all 3 other groups, if you have interesting games, send your replays.
Yes, so do we have already a lot of groups that are over, or is it just starting? Like, because I know we're nearing the end of the group phase.
Not that much. There's still 3 weeks left, and because of that, there's still a lot of decisive matchups to be played. There's actually only 1 player that qualified already out of the 8 that we're going to have at the round of 8. So definitely a lot of deciding games to follow, especially in Group 4, where nothing is done.
All right, so I'm guessing we're going to start soon with today's first game. So we're already inside. So in the top left corner from Group 4,
we have
the red Zerg, Jokerlove.
Meanwhile,
in the
bottom right, we have playing as the orange Protoss, Wiki. So this is the second game of the best of 3 that we started casting last week. In that game, Joker played at Terran, I believe.
Yeah, so remind me, Joker won, right?
Yes, Joker won with it was a curious TVP. I believe there were benches in there.
Yeah, I remember that. So at this point, it's 1-0 for Joker, so this could be a decisive match for him.
Yep.
So far, we seem to have Joker trying something completely different since he changed his race. I think Zerg's his main, and therefore he should be more at ease with this play. Right?
I do believe he told me he was at ease with Zerg, but he's also good with Protoss.
And he played Terran in his first game, so this is definitely more at ease for him. It's going to be interesting to see. He's trying to take his opponent off guard. It's being random. He's making sure there is no one who can foresee in advance exactly what's coming. Yeah,
and already the advantage of that, forcing the Protoss to place the pylon at the ramp and therefore the gateway. So sometimes in certain matchups you prefer to not place them at the ramp, but playing against random, you never know if it's Zerg and the 6 pulling, so you always have to wall.
Well, in this case, it's Zerg, so it's the right play to actually wall in.
Yes.
Make sure there's no early rush push. Zergling just in your main at 6 minutes, I think, is the fastest you're going to have them.
Yeah, and because he went for gateway before, I believe, scouting his opponent, there's no force, so he won't be able to stop the fast expand here from Jokerlove.
Which is not necessarily a problem. Of course, it's always better when you can actually make sure Zerg does not take 1 hatchery in advance from the Protoss. But in this matchup, 1 base in advance for Zerg is not a decisive factor.
So we see here Wiki going for 2 gases, and he's going to get scouted, except if he... No building in time, so Joker is going to be able to get a scout, but we see no gases mining at the moment. Oh, there we go. So Wiki is placing the workers on the gases. How many do we have in each gas?
3 in each gas, so it's a very gas-heavy start. I'm going to expect, if I can go with my own little prediction, some sort of Void Ray push, which is actually pretty good to preventing the Zerg from taking a 3rd base. I'm not saying he's going to commit to Void Rays. I'm saying it's something that's often seen.
But explain to me, why would you go Void Rays instead of Oracles?
Well, the main reason is you want to prevent the 3rd from building. Like, the objective is not to actually kill probes. It's just to make sure you have time to build your defenses in a few units and take your expansions and stuff. Yeah. And with Void Rays, you can prevent the rush push. You can prevent the 3rd from going up. And you're kind of forcing your opponents to go Hydralisk almost. And therefore, you know what he's going to do next.
Yeah. As a Zerg player here, though, I would start to be worried. Oh, but there we go. There he sees the gateways because he was seeing nothing. So you could expect some tech to be proxied on the map.
That's correct.
You see 2 more gateways, but with the 2 full gas from Protoss, what will it be spent into? That must be what the Zerg player Joker here is wondering at the moment. Wiki keeping him on his seat.
So there we go. We have the Stargates coming. So I'm assuming something along the lines I said, a few zealots to make sure Zerglings don't just bust in your base and destroy everything, and a few Void Rays, or maybe we could see Oracles to kill the workers.
Yep.
But I'm thinking trying to kill the workers it's good if you manage to do it, but it's a little greedy.
And yeah, and if you noticed, at the same moment as the Stargate was placed, Joker had the map hacking skills there. The spores were placed exactly at that moment. So we can see the Roach Warren. So Joker is going to play very safe, going for a Roach defense combined with Spore Crawlers, not even taking his third.
With this way, he's making sure that the Void Ray or the Oracles won't do damage, except that it will still prevent his third. Although the Void Ray would still be good against the Roach. We see the Oracle coming on, so this might not be as effective against Roaches, however.
So we have the Stalker here waving at the Overlord, laughing at how the Overlord can't attack.
Might see a few Phoenix too to actually lift those.
Oh, yeah, that
kill
could
the Overlords could be good.
Yeah.
A new wall at the expansion of Protoss.
Yeah. And already I'm feeling good here for Wiki because he managed to get his expand and to scare his opponent off. But even though it's been scouted, the Zerg is still on 2 bases defending
Zerg actually
hard.
just saw the Oracle move out, but since there's already spores, it's not a huge deal. But still, Zergling here killed by Sentry trying to move away from his Zealots who's blocking their way.
Yeah, and here we can see Joker probably planning to play aggressive or defensively.
And we losing the game.
What?
We went back in time a little seconds there.
Yeah.
Just so we make sure the Zergling actually saw the Oracle stop above his head.
Yep.
All right.
And we can confirm it. He saw it. And the Queen is
here's
going to
the
be there
Queen,
in time.
here's the Spore, and it's going to be repelled very easily.
Yeah.
That said, the Oracle can still be used to actually envision.
Yeah, but I'm wondering what those Zerglings were made for. I probably am expecting defense, but I don't think he can damage the expansion of this Protoss player here.
I don't think he can, but he can force him to actually build defenses. That's a whole lot of sentries.
Yeah, but Wiki seeing this will probably be very happy, especially since he finished as well. It's gonna be easy with that many force fields.
That said, the expansion still has no worker in it, or at least only one, the one who built it.
Yeah.
Moving away, trying to see. There's not much this Oracle can do. It's gonna move away, just scouting the area, maybe prevent some spreads creep, or just stop above the creep in a dangerous position.
And it looks like we have no check choice from Joker because he's making at the same time a Roach upgrade, the Hydralisk Den, and Zergling speed for his Zergling Roach Hydra army, which, well, actually can happen. I've seen it a few times.
It's not a bad idea, since you want Hydralisk because you never know, since your opponents went Stargate, what's coming. But you cannot just go Hydralisk and assume your enemy is going to go mass air. Therefore, having Roaches, Lings, and other stuff like that to prevent any type of other play is good.
Yeah, and
seeing the
Phoenix.
proxy, not the proxy, sorry, the macro hatch going up too.
Yeah, and the Phoenix now is going to be able to scout in the main, and he's going to see the Hydralisk Den.
But it's
now,
not a
knowing
Phoenix.
this, the good choice would probably be to go Colossus.
This Oracle likes to stop at weird spots.
Yeah, you know, casually dining in the opponent's base.
We have a few Roaches now. There was a Sentry who blocked the Zergling attack at the Protoss base, which was very fortunate for Protoss, because if those Zerglings starts to kill all the probes, it's very bad, even though like they're not that many.
Yeah. And we can see here Wiki taking a pylon, 2 more gas. No, that's a gateway making, a few buildings. So he's going to go for more gateways. How many gateways does that put in? 5, 6?
Zerg's going for upgrades, though. Protoss still doesn't even have a forge, I believe.
Yeah, that's
you have the
true.
little Envision here, who's going to allow Protoss to see a little of the army.
It looks like Wiki has stopped probe production. Like maybe he's gonna try to go for a very aggressive attack.
Well, he does have the same size army as Zerg, which as Protoss is usually not too bad. That said, that's a lot of
Oh, but
Hydra
the Oracle attacked in, and there's only one hit point almost there, and
was
he
trying
got
to
taken
see
out.
for the third.
Was greedily trying to get back into the main after that, but no, he had to run. And Wiki is gonna move out with this army, but it's gonna be already scouted by Joker.
That said, there's a few Zerglings who are just gonna die, so the vision of Zerg will have to retreat.
Yeah. Oh, but we can see here Wiki still probing behind this, so he doesn't think to go all in anymore, maybe.
And Joker actually took his third, so
If he ever
definitely
thought.
going a macro game.
Yeah.
Which we already kind of knew, but it's preventing. Now
Yeah.
I'm finding Wiki does not have Colossus, and for that many Hydralisk, you might want to have Colossus.
Yeah, if he's going probes and pylons behind this, it might just be a fake attack, just wanting to probe in, force the Zerg not to drone, to make all these roaches he just made, and then go back home and make Colossi. That could be an option. But that would probably be the right time to take his turret.
It
actually,
is
for the
working
Protoss.
because you can see Joker building 8 roaches at the moment.
Oh, but maybe he's gonna try to
moving
put
to the third.
few
Protoss
hits
going.
in there. Oh,
Oh, might get a few roach there. No, and
oh, but he can't
the
go up
wall
that ramp.
cannot. That's the sacrifice stalker, but cannot
he
go up
cannot-
the ramp. Can actually
Oh,
wall the Zerg
yeah,
and go
he's
into
gonna
the
wall
expansion,
the
which is a
army off.
very nice play.
Taking him
that
out
said,
of position.
he will not
Very
be able
smart.
to retreat after this.
Yeah,
But he will still make damage, and he can ramp the expansion.
Yeah, he can also wall in the
sorry.
expansion's base, so he's gonna
And
be
so
able to
he
do a lot of
does.
damage.
The Roach and Hydra can do anything. They have to counterattack or just wait it out. Now, the upgrades fall, which is a huge deal there because that was one of the advantages
Yeah, and
Zerg was
did
taking.
he
And now they're
even-
moving in, but the wall is
Oh,
too
but
late.
he only one force field, so the
only
army is gonna be
blocked
big enough to
so
hold.
little. This army just sneaked a
yeah.
save.
Oh.
It just sneaked a save.
That was so close. Though, like if the mothership core was there for the recall.
And it's the GG already.
oh, army dies, and the GG. Well, that seems straightforward enough, and
it was
Joker
actually pretty close.
is gonna take the win 2-0.
It all went to a bunch of force field.
Yeah, if the third force or second force field there had been just a bit earlier, he would have managed to trap half of the army inside the base. And
And
if
the
he
other
was
half
macroing
outside.
behind, then he could have, transitioned into killing him. But looks like that force field did not come in time. That's
Which
what
brings
happens
us
in StarCraft.
2-0 for Joker.
Yep, 2-0 for Joker. Joker
Who
taking the
wins
lead already in his group.
The best of 3.
Yep. All right. So now we're gonna have best of 3 here between one of the player we already saw, Wiki, Dragos playing against Amen.
So Wiki is the Protoss player we just saw effectively, playing against a Terran this time.
Yeah, and Amen here, our Diamond player, hailing from Ubisoft Pune. Like Diamond, therefore a favorite to win his group. So it should be a hard games to win for Wiki here.
On Terraform, if I'm
Yeah.
recognizing the map.
Terraform. How do you like Terraform? I really like this map actually.
I think it's one of the best in the new pool. Actually, it's one of those I've been the most playing on. I still like Coda a lot because I liked it before.
Yeah, and the gold here, like the gold minerals.
It's
YouTube
interesting
is
because
Oh, we can see here a few comments from the players. Hopefully this is not game 2, as we have had no no indication of whether this was game 2 or 1. So
which
hopefully
is
they
not
won't spoil.
very
but
relevant because
yeah.
even if it was game 2,
Well,
unless they
we'll
spoil
see.
the ending of the first game, that could be a surprise.
Yeah, but we'll see.
In
All
any
right.
case, I was saying the gold on this map is interesting because so they're playing for the home. Now the gold on this map is not close enough to actually take easily. So it's interesting that there is one because you can go and actually try to take it, but it's not something you can defend very well.
And so here we see standard openings from both opponents for now. But yeah, it's definitely very interesting that 4 bases on this map can be attacked from behind the minerals. So the expansions on the center are easier, closer to take for the third, for instance. But they're also more risky.
That's true. The thing is, there's the further base, like in the case of Terran, which would be above his main. There's the natural, and there's a turret that can be taken there with
This
a lot
turret
of
is a lot
entries,
safer.
but it's a lot safer. And since, as we can see, both players are watching a live tournament at the same time as they're playing, they're going to be distracted and get attacked and lose everything.
Yeah, it's going to be like, oh, he's getting attacked into the main, and they're going to look into their main and see no attack and be confused.
That's assuming they have sound.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
For the online tournament.
That SCV here trying to reach outside of the map grounds, but that,
to make sure there's
as you
no
learned, is
hidden
forbidden.
pylon in the water.
Yeah, of course. Those pylons are so dangerous, man. The hidden pylon and the rotor getting me every time.
So, seriously.
why no comment to that?
Awkward silence.
Yeah,
He's still looking for a real proxy pylon, but there is none. Protoss actually didn't even scout out of his main.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Terran, what does the Terran player here, Eamon, know about his opponent? It looks like maybe nothing yet.
But
so
we have
sending
the
Reaper.
Reaper Scout who's going to actually go and try to see something. Oh, going back, saying there. Most Protoss do a proxy pylon. There has to be one somewhere. I'm going to look. Doesn't look far enough. If there had been one behind those minerals, we would have missed it.
Yeah, but
you won't see it.
I'm very surprised because usually when you open Reaper expand like this against Protoss, you reserve the scouting for the Reaper and it's safe enough to expand.
Now there's
the SCV went around and looked
Stargate,
for,
but that Reaper will most probably see it.
Will he see, or will it be
And
barely
so far
out
he
of the
doesn't
vision?
see it.
Yeah, he doesn't see
So
it, and he's gonna try to go for first kill.
If he moves back to actually escape the Stalker, the Stalker needs
the
to make
Stalker
sure the Reaper does not
go.
move towards the Stargate.
Oh, but that's very good.
That's very good. 2 kills, but
And he's
the
gonna move
Reaper
out.
did not see the Stargate, which is huge.
Yeah, he knows there's no expansion now, but he also knows that he is
There's
taking
nothing proxy either.
Yeah. So he doesn't know if there's proxies at the third, although he went, well, no, that's true, he went at the first. So because of the pathing of the Reaper and the SCV, he guesses that there's no proxy right now, but the Stargate has been barely out of range and he doesn't know what is coming.
We have the bunker coming up because he fears probably an attack or a fort gate, but that won't help against the incoming Oracle.
Yep, and here we see the tech lab here going on the second barracks. So going standard, he's probably going to be research stim with this. And he has 300 in the gas. Let's see what he's going to make with that. Because
Reaper's
that's
going back.
gas.
It needs to know what's up.
Yeah.
And could do a few more kills.
Meanwhile,
that said, the Oracle's already out.
Yeah,
they're going to cross each other, however. Oh no, the Reaper decided to go look for a hidden base.
Yeah,
but there is no such thing.
Still looking for proxies, but the Oracle is coming in. Like, if he doesn't see this in time, this could do terrible damage. But from Wiki here, we see the Nexus being placed down.
Reaper is always just out of range.
Yeah, it seems like luck is on Wiki's side.
But
the command center.
The command center is not there, but he's gonna see it. But then, moving away. He sees the command center, but it's not there, so it's going to go directly for the probes.
Yeah, and
he's going to make a few kills there. Going to take back with the Reaper kill. 2, 3, 4th one, 5th, 6th one. And he could even get more.
This is incredible damage here against the Diamond player.
I think he got a 7 one of the gas. 8 actually, as you can see on him. Moving 9.
Oh, yeah, getting more and more damage. The Marines not being like, there's a few Marines in that bunker that should go back for the defense.
Time, you have to consider that those workers are not mining.
Yeah,
the Oracle has no more mana, but the workers are not mining because they don't know that.
And there we go. There, Eamon finally realizes that he has those 4 Marines in the bunker. Tries to go to kill the Oracle, but this is incredible damage.
Goes over the bunker, but no one's in it.
Yeah.
And we can see the Oracle just scouting, checking for stuff, moving away. Dragos having the right play there because he expanded behind this and he knows he made the damage he needed to do.
And Wiki behind this, what did he do? Well, he stopped pro production and he's going for Blink. And he starts pro production again just to prove me wrong.
Still going for Blinks, but you know, since he expanded, he needs to start pro production again. Otherwise, it would have been very weird to actually build a Nexus and put nothing in it.
Yeah, well, he could have switched for a very strong Blink all-in, but he could still attack with
it. We have again an Oracle standing in the middle of the anime base, just like hanging there.
It seems that this is
one of his main
Wiki's way of hanging around.
Actually, it gives him vision because for some reason Terran doesn't kill it.
Yeah, and there's enough Marines like. I think the Oracle can kill those.
And there they go. They were waiting to be numerous enough.
Right, so he has to move out. He has to save the Oracle.
But the Oracle's out in time. Pretty good reaction time from Dragos.
Yeah. So the Oracle in the opponent's base for the Vision is good enough as long as you can save it, and Wiki manages to save it. But there we go.
We have the proxy pylon.
Oh, this is gonna be hard to hold with all the damage that Wiki managed to do. But how many turrets and bunkers do we have?
Done.
We have
and
only
there's 2
one
more
bunker.
gateways. But there's 16 Marines.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
3 Marauders.
So the macro here of our Diamond player being really up to par. Like even though all of this damage happened, there's
and the
still has a
turret here is
considerable
going to
army.
repel the Oracle.
Yeah, so it's not an easy win. Like actually, the supply lead is actually only
Hidden
64
pylon's
to
gonna
54,
get scouted
and the pylon is
straight
going to get
away.
scouted.
But he's just moving because he was moving for an attack. Actually, he saw it, but yeah, there we go.
Okay, there we go. Stepping back for the
afterwards on the
pylon.
minimap and says, whoa, whoa, what's there?
And
A
the
pylon.
Blink build is going to move
The
in.
Reaper just died, so Terran army saw Stalkers moving out.
I don't think Wiki has enough to break Aemon here. I think he will lose if he tries to move in with the Blink Stalkers.
Especially since Terran actually won some time by killing the rocks.
Yeah, and you see 3 more Stalkers. He wants blood. Maybe like the Blink micro will be enough. Let's see. Maybe
He could
he will have
always
incredible
blink
macro,
directly in the
but-
main and actually try to deal damage from there.
Yeah, but
and,
for that
and
he
run
would
away
need-
afterwards.
Oh yeah, the Oracle. He can use the Oracle for vision.
Yes, he
That's
can.
true.
The Oracle survived.
Yeah.
We have the Stalkers trying to regroup together by killing the rocks. Killing rocks is very important.
Yeah, and meanwhile, no probes being made, and a few minerals, like about 800 minerals here being floated from Wiki. So a small
Marines
mistake.
moving out, seeing what's up. Study army building turrets and Marines.
Is the
but
probe
Stalkers
going to
are going
attack?
directly
The
at
probe
the
here
entrance.
is the start of the melee, and he's gonna
And the
move
probe
in, try
dies
to zap.
first. But actually, since those Marines are not in the bunkers,
Oh, moving in,
there
but
was-
there's 2 bunkers. This
Yeah,
is gonna
he
be hard.
needs
Now
to
he can't
retreat.
blink back. Yeah, losing 1, 2, 3,
he did the
4
damage he
stalkers,
needs. Now
5,
he's losing
6
the
stalkers.
Stalkers for nothing. He
He's
finally
losing tons of
notices.
stalkers. There's
Finally
too many.
notices he needs
There's
to
too
move
much
out.
defense.
Somehow he decided to go back in now that the bunker is healed, which is actually a strange idea.
Yeah, like
But he
at
did
this
slow
point, the
down,
attack-
killed a few SCV, killed a few Marines, still has his huge army.
Yeah, and the mining has stopped for a few of those SCVs, but with
Yeah,
3
but
bunkers, he really
actually
can't go through
Terran
this.
doesn't have that much harvest. With
And-
this many Walker actually healing, it's still dealing some damage.
Yeah, and on the multitasking side, meanwhile, we can see that Wiki has nothing producing in his base, floating 1.5k. So he's
And
he's
now we
thinking
might
he's all
have
in
the
with this.
blink. Or just a move out to go kill workers in the mineral line.
Yeah, so we
But
have
there
a
are-
scouting operation here from the Oracle in the main base. Again,
The
Wiki,
Oracle just died, which will prevent the blink up to the ramp. Not to
yeah,
the ramp,
so
but to the
Aemon,
main directly.
Aemon here really playing well, being able to read his opponent's blink attack and preparing accordingly. So good defense and enough turrets, expecting maybe the transition to DTs behind this.
Protoss actually
he's
started
in the
back
lead
his
now.
production. I wouldn't go DTs directly as Protoss because all the Terran base has turrets all over the place. You could do it to prevent the turret again, but in this situation, those Stalkers can actually prevent the turret too. I mean, Terran can defend because he has bunkers and SCVs, but the Terran army is not big enough. We have 87 supply
Yeah.
to 73 right
And
now.
there we go. Finally, Wiki going
Moving in, dealing a
macro
little
behind
damage,
this.
using his shield to actually damage the Terran who still has no medevac.
So Wiki going behind this. He's not taking a turd, but he's making probes, 3 more gateways, and 2 more assimilators. So he's probably going to try and transition.
Oh, one Stalker almost died there.
Yeah, and he's going to
Trying to-
blink. Oh, no.
Trying to
lose
make
it, that
kills,
Stalker
but
here.
we have
Aemon-
no, the Marauders keep
Yeah.
surviving, barely, but he keeps.
And
Lucky for Wiki, there's no medevac yet. One's in production.
The first
but that
one is
makes
production,
the Marines
yeah.
actually eventually die down.
Yeah, but the upgrades here, we can see no upgrades from our Protoss player. Meanwhile, there's +1 attack done for the Terran, and +1 defense starting. So really playing it safe against Protoss
This
with
will
the upgrades.
make a huge difference.
And well, yeah, we see so
And
here
now-
Aemon choosing a very safe playstyle against his opponent.
And now that the medevac's out, those units would start healing. And
Yes.
the advantage Protoss had by actually just itching at the edge will be lessened, of course.
Oh, but there we go. We have a
One
strong
Marauder
attack at the
falling,
front.
gonna kill the turrets. So
think
I'm
the turret-
thinking you might be right with DTs. When you try
Yeah.
so hard to kill the turret, it's because you want to do something
Well,
like
this
that.
is
but
what
that
Aemon
will
must
not-
be thinking at the moment, but there is no Dark Shrine on the way.
That's
But there's
true.
also no third. Like it seems like
And there's so
Dragos
many
wants to stay
stalkers,
on two bases.
124 to 90.
Oh,
but
the
the
move command
upgrades
here.
and the bunkers are making a huge difference. They're blinking out, but they're walking back in, so the stalkers are actually just dying left and right.
Yeah, and we can see the blink, like the blink usually, the blink micro being done, like removing the first units in the front. But here, every time Wiki is blinking back, he blinks this whole army. Therefore, he loses the weakened stalkers at the start.
Trying to take the bunker down, which is not such a big deal because the units will still be there and there's 2 more.
Yeah, but still, like there's a lot of injuries on those Terran units.
It's correct.
And you never
Where's
know
the medevac?
against
Did the
blink
medevac
when it
die?
goes out of control. It's the medevac got sniped by stalkers, and there's so many stalkers here. Although
And
the
now he's
bunkers are
moving
going to be
in.
enough. Yeah, he's moving in.
I
And
think
he's killing
he's
most of
just
the Terran
huge
army.
enough.
Yeah, but how is he how is he doing this?
So many stalkers and the
Yeah,
reinforcements
and
are
even
coming
more are
in.
going behind.
Like, he's
The
trying to
SCVs
kill.
are fully repairing this, like with this much SCVs.
And now he's
the bunker
targeting
will
the
never fall.
SCVs because, well, if you don't target the SCVs, there's no point. One more bunker
Yeah, but he
falls,
has to
gonna
repair.
kill.
He has to repair the last bunker. He cannot
with so
afford
many
to
stalkers,
force
you
to
cannot
lose
just
that
lose the
bunker.
bunker in
And there
this.
we go. So many
I
kills.
think
He's
this
gonna
is the
lose,
game. I
and
mean,
he's
so
gonna be
many
able to go
stalkers killing
through.
all the
Oh
SCV,
my god!
killing the Marines.
Wiki
Actually taking the
manages
first
to go
game of
through.
their best of 3. And the
Wow.
scan there and the GG. Congratulations.
Yeah, so we have here Eamon, our Diamond player, being down 1-0 against his Protoss opponent. But that was a very close game.
It was. I think it's worth checking the second game. What do you think?
Let's do this.
Let's watch game 2 of that best of 3. After such a tight game 1, it has to be promising.
Yep. Oh.
So,
Yeah, so...
might be might be we don't have game 2. Oh yeah, we do. All right. Our admins are telling us we have game 2, so we can keep going on this
Yeah.
match. So,
So
Eamon.
So what do you think Eamon did in game 1 that lost him the game? Like, it seemed like he was safe enough against those Blade
I think
Stalkers.
there was no medevac. I said it
Yeah,
a few
yeah,
times.
that's true.
He didn't make medevacs, and the stalkers might have overcommitted by keeping attack and just blinking, like not with a great blink macro,
Yeah.
but still they were chipping away damage and healing their shields before coming back. And because there was no
Progressively,
medevac, over time those Marines and Marauders couldn't even stim anymore.
Yeah.
And when you cannot stim, you cannot kill that many stalkers.
No, you die very fast. And those medevacs could have been a bit earlier, but as like we could have seen, I saw it a bit on the side, but the starport from Eamon here was being
Very late.
lifted
And, yeah.
placed down at other places and only making one medevac at a time. He made 1 or 2.
We
I
have to
believe.
consider that he was a little behind because the Oracle killed, what, 10 SCVs, which is
Yeah.
kind of huge.
Yeah, but he had
even
caught
so
on,
he
though.
could have, like,
Yeah.
he could have made his medevac sooner. And that, I believe, is what actually put the last nail
Yeah,
in the
so
coffin.
Eamon here under the high pressure of the Blink Stalkers did not manage to get his medevacs in time, and in the long run it did affect his units.
And
but
you
here
might
we
be
go.
right. Eamon might have expected DTs because I don't know why. I'm very surprised at it, but Wiki actually put a lot of effort into targeting the
turret.
turrets. Well, he only had stalkers, so he didn't care about it.
Yeah, but well, it's true that you also want to kill it because it takes in the damage from some of your stalkers when you just A move. So it's always good to kill, but
Yeah, but you could also kill the units of the bunkers, and it would have the same effect and be better.
okay, so
I'm thinking it might have confused Eamon and actually led him into doing more defenses
Okay.
rather than medevacs.
But now, my friend, we are entered into game 2, and here we see a very interesting choice of opening from Eamon.
CC first.
CC first, not expecting his opponent to go for a proxy on this very big map, of course, a Cactus Ellie, and therefore going from this for the CC first, confident that he can hold anything that his opponent throws at him.
Well, with 2 barracks on the way, if he manages to build his bunker, he will be safe, and having your CC first is actually very, very strong.
If you don't get proxied or attack very early, the CC first is definitely the build to go against Protoss.
And as we can see, Eamon has not proxied. He might try to have a proxy pylon and warp in, but that will be too late for the actual defense. He sees the CC first.
Yeah, and now he knows that he
he knows that he needs
Yeah.
to do something, either expand himself or be very, very aggressive, very, very fast.
Yeah, but first he's probably gonna make the mothership core. Let's see what is Wiki going to decide to do now that
We have a
cybernetics.
scan still on the probes. No, on the
scan?
mothership core. Not
Did
a
he
scan.
scan the
I
army?
meant no, I didn't mean a scan. I meant warp.
Warp.
Chrono boost. Sorry.
Oh, okay, okay,
I'm
yeah.
confusing because we're looking Terran and I said
Oh,
scan.
yeah.
but
All right.
We had a chrono boost on the mothership core and on the blink, not blink, on the warp gate. Sorry, I'm confusing all my terms. On blink and on warp gate and on the mothership core. So
Is the
he
mothership
will
core
be
out
aggressive.
or
It's building, but it's
Oh, there
out,
we go,
just
yeah.
out now.
All right, so we see a second gateway here making from the
And
Protoss
a
and a
third.
third gateway on one base.
Which
so
is what I expect. Either you expand or you are very aggressive. You know your opponent
Yeah.
wins CC first, you need to deal the damage.
And here
you
we
need to deal it now.
but
And
he
the
just
SCVs
got
will
scouted.
see everything.
So Wiki here deciding to punish his opponent. But, you know, at this point, like, would you just cancel the two gateways and go for the Nexus?
It might actually be an idea. That said, it's always risky to go this way. I believe Wiki's too, like, not expanding, but too committed to it, which is very bad considering there's 3 bunkers on the way.
Indeed.
But,
Like, if you do that,
yeah,
you have
could.
to scout
once
the
it's
front.
scouted,
Yeah.
you could expand. Actually,
You
might
have-
even be good
Yeah.
to triple expand at this point as Protoss. You cancel both gateways, you expand massively, and afterwards you build defenses around those things.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
Terran will still be defending himself, and when nothing comes, you'll have to move out.
Yeah, your future opponents could make note of this this tendency to go completely reverse of what the opponent expects. But now, I think Wiki should still be able to scout the front and to see that he can't win on one base, right?
There's nothing much Protoss can do if he doesn't expand or attack or deal some sort of damage. That said, with 3 bunkers, he cannot go through the front door. So he will have to do something else. One other place that actually could be done from Wiki, not Wiki,
Wiki.
that could be done is actually a warp prism and move directly to the main, which would bypass the bunkers and actually allow him to deal some damage.
Yeah, it looks like his choice of tech will be Blink, but with nothing in the air, he's not going to be able to go into the main, which means he's going to be forced to face the bunkers.
Well, he had Link earlier. There's this turret there. You could also see it's a little too aggressive for my taste, but with this many Stalkers against this little Marines, could blink over the bunkers and actually try to just run in the main.
Yeah, that would be a weird.
And since the ramp is not blocked, it could work. But I'm not sure if Wiki knows this.
Or Wiki could right now be thinking, "Oh, fools! What are you thinking? I defeated 3 bunkers before.
I can do it again." That might be true. Maybe his blink play will be strong enough to kill, because no matter what, there are not that many Marines. I think there's like, what, 12?
And here Eamon is quite
And
late on his gas.
He's moving in.
Oh, but there we go.
Targeting, so he's targeting the bunker directly. And this
Losing
time
one
the
stalker.
mothership core is there.
And there we go.
And
So
but
the first-
the mothership core is falling to the turret, which actually doing something this time.
So he managed to get 1 bunker, which is already getting rebuilt, but he's stopping the mining time, and that's good for Wiki.
Yeah, that's
because
actually what he did last time too.
And not only is Eamon will probably put a lot of pressure right now, he doesn't know what his opponent is
Now,
going
Blink
for
is just
sure.
finished, so the second wave will have Blink.
Oh, but now he knows. He knows there's no expand for the Protoss, so he knows he has to defend. He knows
And
this is
all
all
the
in.
workers are moving to protect.
Yeah. And the bunker is
The bunker
done.
is
Is he going to
done
be
just
repaired
in
in
time.
time? Yes, it looks like it is. Barely, just barely, he's going to be able to hold the attack. But here we see, like, still the pressure was efficient. Like, look at Eamon's gas. He has 600 in the gas, and the starport is just now starting. So again, Eamon's starport being late against the blink of his opponent.
The sad thing, although it didn't make him lose. Oh, the mothership
the
core
mothership core is
sniped.
a
That
big
will
loss
hurt.
here. And with all the SCVs repairing, there is no breaking that bunker.
What's gonna hurt, however, is that, as we can see, Eamon is always building and upgrading behind the attack, while Wiki tends to be all in on it.
Yeah, like this time, Eamon won't make the same mistake again. He's probably thinking, I know I have to repair. He's probably gonna make a 4th bunker just to make sure. Oh, but his units are moving out too much. Like the units, the starport he's still making, he can't afford to lose those units.
There's
And there we go. They're advancing.
The thing is, it's one base versus one base because all those SCVs are never working. That said, Terran wants to prevent Protoss from eventually expanding behind it.
I really like that supply depot there.
It's
Definitely
very
preventing,
evil.
like, because the Protoss, if ever has a change of heart to go for an expand, won't be able to.
At least not at the natural.
Yeah, but do you think like?
And now there's only 6 SCV protecting the bunkers, not as many as before, which means the expansion of Amen, thank you, is having some effect again, and is gonna be a huge deal. And now we understand, but you can because of the supply depot.
And he's not noticing it. He has no idea. Yeah. Oh, there we go. He looks. He attacks this SCV. He has to get that first hit in order to be able for the SCV to lose against the probe. But he runs from it, and what is he gonna do? Is he gonna come back? Oh,
he's gonna expand at the third, which is what you expect because. Well,
and we could see. Oh, but there we go. The stalker's moving in, and no.
They're not dealing damage anymore. They're just dying.
So that so I'm in here almost had the time to place another supply depot at the other spot for the third, but he knows now that Protoss is expanding.
We have the stalkers moving back. They're probably going to move and kill the supply depots, which will confirm for Eamon that. He's defended. The Protoss is gone.
Yep. And right now, like once the SCV is taken out, what does Terran know? Well, Terran knows that the Protoss he knows exactly where the Protoss is sitting. He knows that his second Nexus is spawning. He knows that he has a few stalkers that maybe, just maybe, some DTs could be hidden on the map. But otherwise, like he has a very clear idea, and he could take his third right now.
Robo's on their way, so it's not going to be DTs. It's probably going to be Colossus trying to kill the Marines and Marauders.
Yeah,
we've seen actually Eamon doing a play with almost no medevac. Like there's only 2.
Yeah,
same as before.
Especially with considering that there's 500 gas in the bank still. Like, and there's no the 2-2. The armory is almost done. I think it's done, and the 2-2 is going to start here from Terran. So the 2-2 starts on time, which is very good for Eamon. Once that ends, there will probably be a deadly timing waiting at the end of the day here. But he's going to go for a double drop into the main.
He's even going to go with the 1-1.
I think the double drop is a very good idea, as long as he doesn't get caught by the stalkers. Oh, but that's not a double drop. Sorry,
I think it's just attacking the expansion and taking a third behind it. Strong play. Yeah. He knows he has a stronger army because with the medevacs, he can kill it. And Stim is going to try to take down. The stalkers are moving in, but they're going to be too late. It's just sniped.
And the army is big enough to engage the stalkers.
Yes, and now it's 3 base against 1.
Yeah.
And there's an Immortal here who just gets killed instantly.
But yeah, and there's no force field, no Guardian Shield, so no defense for those stalkers against the line of Bio.
And the line of Bio is just killing everything. This time it's the other way around. There's not much Protoss can do anymore.
Yep.
This base is just falling.
Making the difference.
Yes, totally. The one stalker moving away and saying, I'm giving up, going home. Yeah. Well, not home because his home's going to be dead.
Yeah, that's probably going to be hard to return home facing the defeat. He probably would prefer to reach the ancestors.
Now we have a round of... yeah, we have the GG. We have a round of Stalker warped in who just died instantly.
And there we go. So
that makes it 1-1 actually.
Yeah, and those are still pretty good games. Although in this game, Eamon definitely had the advantage. He knew what his opponent was doing. Wiki deciding to go for the same build did not work again. Eamon denied it. And now we're moving into game 3.
Yeah, game 3 of the best of 3. So this is the decisive one between these two players. So again, in the right corner, we have the red Protoss, Wiki. And in the left side, we have the yellow Terran,
Eamon. Which is kind of sounding like Eamon, the dark god in StarCraft 2's lore.
Yeah.
Which is planning to destroy the world, which is such a
but he's Terran.
Varying and interesting lore.
He works for the Mobius Corporation.
What?
I said, but he's Terran, so he's working for the Mobius Corporation.
Oh, yeah, that's what he is.
What's your lore?
No, but they're Terrans working for Eamon right now.
Yeah, the Mobius Corporation.
Yeah.
Samir Duran, which is dead now, as Narud. Yeah. We have, all the corporation that actually you worked for in Wings of Liberty.
Yeah, and now, but now there are even more slaves, as you can see in the first 3 missions available if you pre-purchased StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Small
That is
announcement.
correct. Have you tried Legacy of the Void? I have, and
Oh, yeah.
the 12 worker start actually is confusing my brain so much.
12 worker start is definitely a change.
I don't know what to do anymore.
You got a lot of resources at the start. You can just straight up expand or go for straight up 3 barracks or go whatever you want. It's very good, but though it's refreshing and it's definitely more interesting and more fun to be able to start already. And you have to expand soon because of all of those resources, you know.
Or be very,
missing.
very, very aggressive. Very,
Yep.
very, very fast.
And it definitely leads to interesting games.
So, we have Wiki now in this game.
Oh.
He's actually moving out, trying to go scout for a hidden proxy something.
No, wait. I think this is somehow of the standard path on this map. There's actually
That
you
is
can't
not
go.
true.
You can't go. Can you go from the top right to the bottom left of the map? Let's see. Is there a path?
Yes, there is.
There. Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
You're full of shit.
Yeah, I am. I apparently am full of shit. As this probe here is gonna try to go around and then scout
All
the
right,
base.
so the probe is actually scouting the fast. I think this is a factory.
yeah,
no,
and he's gonna go
no,
and
it's
scout.
not. It's actually a second barracks.
And
My
he
bad.
should be surprised because 2 barracks with no expand. What is the Terran doing?
Well, he's gonna be pretty aggressive. That's for sure. You have the little.
And the engineering bay. What kind of build could he be cooking up in here?
Probably something with one attack very fast.
Yeah, I
What
have a
we
few
can see
ideas.
is that there's the little supply depots at the top of the Terran base that's actually preventing hidden bling from the rocks.
Yeah.
Or just noticing if someone kills them and tries to enter from there. Because on this map, the entry point is a little weird. I think Terrans can drop easily inside the expansion of Protoss in this game, in this map. It's really, really...
Okay, so we can
It's a
see
very
here-
weird map.
So,
Let's say it-
and
leave
talking
it like
about
that.
weird, we see here Eamon going for double missile turret at the 4:30-minute mark.
He's expecting a cheese or some
Yeah.
sort. He's saying it's 1-1, we're super tight. Protoss' stress is gonna go fast DTs. That's
Yeah, but-
obvious.
Yeah, but it's probably very early because the closest you can get 3 DTs in your opponent's base is about 6 minutes and 15 seconds.
Yes,
So
but
it's-
better have them a little early. You have the command center going down, so Terran's
Yeah.
actually expanding too
Okay.
behind it. But there's no bunker this time. I know this ramp is huge, and it's not like as critical as it was in the other 2 maps. But with a lot of stalkers, if Protoss goes with the same play he's been going all game long,
Which is Blink.
which is Bling, this could hurt.
Yeah, and with this base, like we don't know if Wiki does go for Blink again. We don't know where he's gonna strike, but there's a difference in his build this time. There's an Immortal in the making, and he's still on one base with 2 gateways.
That is correct. It's
Oh, sorry about that. Apparently, I was creating sounds in my mic.
So we have the expansion of Terran actually finished. This is a lot of Marines, however, considering that Protoss didn't go Mass Stalker, he made an Immortal. Immortal, not that great against Marines. It's going to be helpful against the Marauders that's going to come in later. But for now, it's a pretty defensive play, but with no expansion
Yeah.
behind it.
Okay, so on Eamon's side, now, what does he know about his opponent? He's going an expand on 3 barracks for very early, to have a lot of units very early. But what does he know? He only knows about that 1 pylon. He scanned, he saw that there was no expansion. So he probably knows that something is up. But 1 robo with 3 gateways, like what we could expect, an Immortal push?
But there are 2 Immortals now. Or at least one soon to join the other one.
And we have a Nexus making, so it's not going to be a 1 base all in. It's like...
Yes, but the Nexus is a little late. I mean, Terran already has his second base finished. He has a lot of Marines. Protoss made a proxy pylon somewhere that has a lot of chance to actually not be scouted, which is interesting.
Yeah, this is going to be hard
Now
to
the
scout. And
scan,
there we go.
No, but that is scan in the main. He still doesn't know that there's an expansion.
No, but he doesn't know that there's an expansion, but that tells him a lot. What that tells him is my opponent is going for Immortals. Now, he's expecting either his opponent to be doing what he's doing right now, which is expanding behind Immortals, or he's expecting
some sort of drop or attack.
Some sort of attack, some sort of Immortal
That
push.
said, he decided to move out. He says, I can kill this many Immortals with Marines only.
And we have some sort of troll bunker here being made in front of the Protoss base. So he wants to be able to go back to that bunker.
This will be very aggressive. That said, Protoss has sentries. So unless Terran takes time killing the rocks, he's going to be unable to, he might be unable to move in.
And now that I think about it, maybe that by scouting the tree barracks very early, the Wiki here thought that Eamon would be going for a one-base push.
The observer's going to see it, see the bunker, sees the army,
and thinking, what
panics.
is that building?
And we have the Marines who scanned. They don't see the observer because it moves, so it's good.
Yeah.
Now said, the robotic facility is not the robotic, but it's not over. You cannot have Colossi just yet.
Yeah, and in this situation,
start building. The force field are there in time, however.
trying to stim, but
to kill the Immortals.
the way is blocked.
But the Marines are falling. The sentries both die, however.
Yeah, but with the stim, he managed to kill the two
used.
Immortals, so now there's nothing to hold against those Stalkers, and he needs new sentries.
And
Where are the
the
sentries?
expansion of Protoss has no workers in it. This is distracting Protoss enough that Terran keeps building his advance, a way huger advance.
Yeah, no use for that expansion right now for Protoss, and he's not even counter-attacking with that proxy pylon at the Terran's base.
Well,
so
when you
so
see
Wiki
a
is probably
bunker
very
with this many
stressed.
units at your main, you rarely have a lot of counterattack. That said, Blink 4 Zealots, sometimes it's enough.
Oh, but the
Of the
scan
next
here
service,
is it
but
gonna
there's the
try
second
to
one.
run.
And it made it!
It makes it barely.
But the second
Observer's so
observer
glad
is
with his
moving
life.
in also. I'm not sure why. Because he wanted to
The
avoid
scan
the
in
scan.
the scan in the empty missile. That's 2 scans lost for Terran. He
And
knows
a
what's
lot
up
of
the ramp,
mules.
but yeah, there we go.
Now a turret who
Yeah.
says, you want to see what I'm doing? No, you won't. Reaper moving in from behind, but the pylon sees it instantly. So this is just a little scout who doesn't see much and dies. I think the Colossus will be done in a few seconds. Yes, there it is, but he doesn't have range yet.
But this is turning into a hard push like in Brood War with bunkers and turrets. You closely push your opponent with the defensive buildings. That way your opponent can't attack into you. And you just slowly come in and strangle your opponent. That's a... Oh, but the observer is now within detection range of the... Is he going to see it? Yeah, he snipes it. But he
It's a
loses
trade
the SCV.
observer versus SCVs.
Yeah, and now he
And
sees
another scan. Terran
one
needs to
Colossi.
know, am I stronger, am I weaker? He needs to check. He sees there's Colossi, he's moving out. It's over. The bunker must be salvaged at the moment. Or
Yeah.
it should be if it's not.
And again, Wiki is going for all of those units on one base, being really defensive. So both players being really convinced that their opponents are aggressive and
We can see,
not going
however,
economic so much.
We can see, however, that the second base of Terran is not being used either. It's almost one base versus one base. There's like five workers.
There's 5 workers, yeah. So, and getting supply blocked too. There's 6 depots
Both
making.
players
so
are getting supply blocked, actually.
wow, so really chunky game here from the 2 players on both sides. But who has the advantage now? We see 2 medevacs being made for Eamon, so that's very good for him.
I'm thinking the upgrades are helping Terran. Because Terran has 1-0 for now. And he's doing 1-1. While Protoss still on the 0-0.
So this is
There's
a pattern
Zealot
we've
moving
seen
out
in
here
the
trying
3
to
games.
see what's up. He's going to see Marine alone. And
And-
retreat and then decides to not retreat. He's like, yeah, I can kill 1 Marine.
Yeah, so Wiki now knows that his opponent has backed off. He still hasn't made any use of his proxy here. So he doesn't know much about his opponents since he didn't send his observers.
But we have still a lot of units being built for Terran. A lot of barracks now up. I think 4 or 5, which is not super much in the late game. But for now, it's going to give him an edge, considering that with the Vikings, he might be able to snipe the Colossus.
Yeah, and this
on
is a
what's
very
going on.
good decision from Eamon, transitioning into Vikings on 2 starports already, so expecting his opponent to go very heavy on Colossi, and that's going to be very useful against the Colossi and probably the Mothership Core too.
I'm thinking this could be a pretty tight game. Sadly, I'm still disappointed. Now the 4 is on the way. I was going to say I'm still disappointed that Protoss is not going for upgrades, but just as I said that, 2 Forge go up. He's going to be late. He's going to be 1 set of upgrades late.
Yep.
But he will take them.
Yeah, and it's not done yet. Of course, how many probes are mining now at expansion? So he finally transferred probes to the expansion, helping his resources boost up, and he's going to be able to use that for upgrades.
I believe he needs a third one, however. Otherwise, he won't be able to sustain the oncoming pushes.
And looks like he hears you talking as you go, because he's now taking his third, which is a good decision against the Terran, who is still on 2 bases and will not be able to... Well, honestly, as a Terran and on this map, it's hard to kill that turret because of this bridge at this exact position. If you go back behind that bridge with enough sentries, you can channel the Terran army of Bio into a very tiny spot where the Colossi tore them to shreds. So even if the Terran's army is a bit bigger,
That said,
it won't help.
He didn't research Colossus range. He researched observer speed.
He did research Colossus range before.
All right. I think I missed that.
So
Which is still
speed,
interesting
yeah.
because he wants vision control. When you
Yeah,
research
observer
observer
speed
speed,
is
it's
very
because
nice.
you want to know what's up all the time. And that's 3 Vikings now. They're building one at a time. So it's 4 Viking, I'm sorry.
So at this point, it's almost a scouting mistake here from Eamon to not take a third, because does he know about the third of his opponent?
I don't think he does.
Because now as time passes by, he's slowly getting behind his opponent, probably expecting him not to expand because, well, as we saw...
He never expanded before,
he
but
never
this
expanded
Marine
before.
will find it. Or at least find... What did he see? Can we see what Eamon saw? Well, he scans. He saw something.
There we
and
go.
He, said, he didn't see the Nexus. He saw the army in a pylon and said, there's something there. Scans, sees it. But we have 1-1 of Protoss being, with Chrono Boost will be there.
And 2-2 is probably going to start soon.
Coming, but if Protoss does 2-2 and Chrono Boost hits, he might not be as late as we thought.
And we might get to see what I was talking about here, and we'll see how Eamon's skills fare here.
But
because
is there any Immortal left? Because Immortals would be a huge help against this many Marauders.
It looks like none are remaining. So, but it's still going to be like very hard to enter that. To enter and to attack that base for
Terran's
for
attacking
Terran.
a little too
So there we
for
go.
his
It's going to
timing
all
push,
come down to
however.
micro. This best
And
of 3, and probably the future of this group is going to come down to that micro
the-
at this very base. So
the
here's
Stalkers
attacking.
the
The
Colossus
Zealots
are
do not have
helping.
speed, so they're advancing, and the Colossus were back. We're back too
And
far.
now they're moving, but the
and Terran
Colossus
is
will
moving in,
fall.
but he used
One
move command a
falls,
few times.
a second falls,
trying
and
to
now the
snipe the
third.
Colossi.
But all the units of Terran are dead too.
Yeah, but now he's
And
going
now
to go on the ground, and another
the ground
Colossi
is
is
just as
going
the
out.
Colossus arrives.
Is he
Just
gonna
the
get
worst
sniped?
timing.
Yes,
he
he
gets
gets sniped,
but
but
that
it's not
killed
enough.
all the Vikings. And if there's another Colossus up, there's no more Vikings up.
Wow, so that was very close on both sides. I could say it advantages Eamon because he managed to trade against the Colossi, which is a very good thing to do against Protoss.
Yes, but he lost
a
all his
lot.
Vikings, so the Colossi will now be super strong even if there's tanks coming. And it's not at the advantage of Terran because Protoss has 3 bases.
Yeah, and it was probably a mistake to attack, especially because the 2-2 was about to be done. So here Wiki taking a good win, even though he lost his Colossi, taking a good win. 2-2 is probably being camera boosted at the moment, and they're soon going to be both on 3 bases. I think Wiki is looking very strong.
It's interesting. I think Wiki's actually going to take a fort. He's waiting for his mineral to come in. Now, Terran scans. The thing with Wiki is that his composition could die to a counter-attack of Terran very, very fast.
Yeah.
He needs
Oh,
this
and
vision.
tanks.
And the observers there, it's going to help. There are tanks now.
Eamon here going tanks against his opponent. Tanks, well, that could help against, well, Stalkers, like in a straight-up engagement. If you manage to siege in a good position, tanks can be very helpful against the Protoss if they attack into you.
Now we have Colossus building again, and on the other side we have Vikings, of course, so we might see a second engagement at the same time. A second robotic facility just finishes, which is going to allow Protoss to either build 2 Colossus at a time or start back Immortal production without sacrificing his Colossus.
Yeah, so Wiki here, after all-inning the 2 times in the first 2 games, showing us that his macro game is not that bad, in fact, and that he's not behind.
And Terran's wasting a lot of scan just to know what's up, because it's not a bad thing. He needs to know what's up, but I mean, that's a lot of income that Terran doesn't make.
Yeah, a good tempo, a good thing to think about when you scan is, whenever you scan is am I going to change what I'm doing right now according to what I see? If nothing is going to change about what you're going to do, then the scan is usually less useful.
I'm thinking, however, Protoss should try to go for... he's doing it just as I say it again. I was
Oh,
going to say he should go to Templar because he
yeah.
has so many gas at the moment. But
Yeah.
the Terran are moving with the rocks. The question is, does Protoss see?
No,
the
he
pylon
probably
sees
doesn't see
it,
on the minimap.
but he might not notice.
And this might be a good spot
And
to
this is in,
siege.
and now it's inside. And yeah, the siege,
Oh,
the
but he's
tank will
moving in,
siege and
and he
kill
decided
everything.
to steam.
The army
He
is out of
decided to
position. The workers are moving away. Probably gonna
Yeah.
move to the fort.
And he's pretty much getting a
And-
free base, but the army is coming back. Terran is
And he's
sieging up.
gonna be pincered. No,
But-
no, because he's attacking from
The-
inside.
but Terran will lose. Terran will lose the fight straight up against this many zealots. There's so many zealots. He managed to get a base, but at what cost?
At the cost of his own army. But the zealots are moving. They
look.
don't
Oh, there
have
we go.
speed, however. But they're slaughtering the marines. There's no retreat. The Colossus and
Oh,
zealots
the marines are
killing
dying, but there's
everything.
still Colossi.
And
One Colossi
yeah, and the
dies.
stalkers, the stalkers are making short
Oh, but
work
that
of the
what a
Vikings.
massacre.
This was bad for Terran. I mean, he took
well,
a base, but he didn't took.
Yeah.
But Protoss had a fort, so he just moved his workers everywhere else.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
yes, he
now-
prevented.
And now Wiki is taking a strong lead thanks to this engagement.
Yeah, 139 to 106. And considering Terran has more workers than Protoss, that means
Yeah.
the Protoss army is very, very strong.
Eamon could have backed off into a choke point with this bio if he had only bio, but the tanks prevented
And
him.
lots of the units are inside the middle too.
Still in the
Now they have to
medevacs.
move away, but
So
that's...
the first units are going to lose. There's so many zealots. He could die here. He could die right here and now.
Yes, but some of the army went the wrong spot, so Protoss actually make a little misstep of control there.
Yeah, and
having
he's
to
microing,
retreat.
killing a lot of zealots and killing the tree stalkers here. So
He needs
Still holding on.
He needs Zealot charge. With Zealot charge, disarm. Oh, he has it now.
oh, but
So-
Eamon
and-
attacked. He's not microing. He's losing a lot of his bio, and now there's 3 Colossi. How is he going to be able to kill all this army? There's so many things.
now,
There's so much stuff.
Yes, all the marauders are falling, and this base will fall.
Not being lifted.
Putting back the, even if it was lifted, there were so many stalkers.
And this
he
is
put back the Terran on 2 base against a 3 base Protoss.
Yeah, and on 2 bases, barely mining too. Like this is
Yes.
going to be critical. This is critical. I think Wiki's got this. I think Wiki is pulling this offset.
He has 1,000 minerals in the bank, and this tank just going to
And
suicide
it
himself.
does
well, no,
not
he survived.
matter.
Yeah, it does not matter. The SCVs are being pulled. The Colossus have to retreat.
Oh, but 1 Colossi, 2 Colossi, and soon 3 Colossi are going
all
to be
the
taken
Colossus will
out.
fall. Yes, but this is still huge because all the SCVs are pulled and they're not mining. So unless by some
he's
sort of
going-
miracle they kill the Protoss, which I don't think this army can do, because Protoss can warp and stuff at his main.
Yeah, but there's +3 defense now. The upgrades on the Terran are very good.
Yeah,
like
Protoss
2-2 against. well, it's still 2-2
Protoss,
against
Terran
2-2.
is 3-3. Well, will be 3-3 in a few seconds. He's 3-2 at the moment.
So what will happen?
Let's see what this attack
He
brings. The
trying to
Spartans
micro,
move out.
trying to
Will the
micro.
probes be pulled?
But there's so like the
I don't-
medevacs have to heal the army more before they move in. Oh, but he's getting kills. He's getting
Yeah,
kills.
they're
Stalkers
getting
are falling.
surrounded by the
He's
workers.
gonna-
preventing-
oh my god, is he gonna pull the miracle comeback? Oh, but he's moving in. He's not killing the probes, so he's moving back. And there's not a lot of Vikings. Only 2 Vikings remaining.
Yeah, that was the hit from Protoss, who actually sniped all the Vikings.
But
I
this
don't
is-
know. I don't think there's Colossus left, however.
This
but if-
desperate attempt could still work. There's still units making for Eamon. He knows he's on 2 bases. He knows he can't just re-expand and take another base. He has to bring all his SCVs if he has any more, and he can bring them. And maybe like he's waiting
but
for
now
his
it's
last
3-3
upgrade right now.
versus 3-2 at the very soon.
Oh, but there we go. So the first stalker is
And
gonna fall.
there's Templars trying to move into Archon, but they're
Oh
not
yeah,
gonna be
these
ready.
Archons are gonna be very hard to hold against. And there we go. The stalkers are gonna kill almost all the
Oh,
SCVs
they're
here. The
just
stalk-
in time. Those Archons will actually
Yeah,
kill
he's trying
the
to
cities
micro.
and
He's
prevent.
trying to shotgun that Archon here.
And
He
all
kills
the,
it, but there's not
the
enough.
Terran army is just
There's
dying.
not enough. There's another Archon. There's more stalkers and
yeah,
Wiki
it's just-
on 3 bases here. It's gonna blink, kill a
And
medevac,
kill the medevacs.
2, 3, and be able to clean up the army of the Terran here, getting the advantage.
Almost assuring
And-
his win at this point,
Yeah,
because
I
Terran
think
has no more mining
Wiki
bases and
has
has
just
no
done
more
it.
money.
I think he has done it. I think he has defeated Eamon. Wow.
But Eamon's not giving up just yet. He's still building. He has his command center. He doesn't have bases, but he can move them. He's Terran. Never forget the power of liftoff.
Yeah, but at this point, like, how much income does the Terran have? Like, if you press I, you can
At
see,
this
like,
moment,
the,
he has nothing, or almost nothing.
Yeah, the income is ridiculously low. Maybe some mules.
But
on
it's
the
going to
last
start
patches,
back
but
very soon, because Terran still has 1 upgrade advantage against Protoss.
yeah, that's true. So So the game is not totally done. And here we go for Ghost. So he's gonna go, maybe his last ditch effort is gonna be to cloak and to take the army, to be able to take the army from behind.
That said, Terran can actually muster if Protoss doesn't counterattack now, which he's not doing.
Oh, but there's
he
a few
needs to
Templars
expand. He
with
needs to
Storm
do
now.
something.
Yeah. If you are Wiki, would you attack right away, or would you gather your 4 bases, make sure you have the advantage?
He has Colossus, he has Storm, and he knew his opponent was on 2 base, even though now it's not true. I would attack. Or actually at least push and keep the pressure on to prevent Terran from doing exactly what he's doing and taking a new base. I mean, with the Colossus and no Vikings, you can actually kill this army.
Yeah, but I also like how he's playing it safe, because he knows that he was on 2 bases for so long that he can... There's no way that he will take back the macro advantage on him. So since he's making a lot more units, he can be pretty sure that in 2 minutes from now, his army will be twice as strong as his opponents.
And we can see Protoss researching a shield now. So I thought he was 2-3-2. I'm assuming he's 3-3 right now. You can click on the Zealot units. Like Terran has started making economy. So yeah, Protoss is 3-3. Both players are 3-3. Protoss trying to take the little edge by having his shield up too.
Yeah. Oh, but this is gonna be desperately hard here by Terran.
Yeah, especially since it's 154 to 92.
Yeah.
And now...
Oh, there we go. He sees the proxy pylon that was placed there at the start of the game.
Yeah, but that pylon was not used very much, sadly. We have 5 bays now for Protoss. That's on the way.
Yeah, so Wiki here playing, well, confident in his macro, confident that with the damage he did, like he can win this from there.
Yes, but I think it's a mistake. I think you need to keep the pressure on. Terran might actually pull it back. I mean, I understand wanting to get his big Protoss ball, which is fine by me. But he needs, now that he has it, he needs to move out now. He cannot wait for Terran to be maxed out.
Exactly. But it looks like that won't happen in time. Like there's 103 supply for Terran. Making a few ghosts. Is he researching Cloak, though? That's going to be the key. If he researches Cloak...
Yes.
Oh, yeah, the Cloak is done.
He has it.
So since he has it, he could Cloak, kill the Observer, and get the advantage by EMPing and attacking the army of the Protoss.
Now we have a Scan who just sees the proxy pylon.
He like Eamon here in this moment probably thought that his opponent was right outside and wanted to see it without sacrificing the Marauder. So
yeah, but he was not wrong.
And there goes the army.
There goes the Marauder. I think the Protoss army is stronger. We have a split for Terran trying to use
this point,
the bridge.
He should play supply depots.
There's so many zealots too.
He should play supply depots.
And we see the workers are being pulled. They need to move out.
Oh my God, those are gonna die so fast.
They're being pulled.
A moment of silence, please.
They're all dying to the zealots, but they're gonna move in.
A moment of silence.
The attack. a lot actually survived.
Yeah,
and Protoss is scared to commit. Protoss knows he's in a good position.
It looks like
he's scared to commit.
They had a better commander than.
But he saw the workers moving up, so he's thinking there's a base there and might actually go snipe it.
Yeah, they had a better commander than General Duke, because General Duke in that situation would have went, let's attack the enemy, and all the SCVs would have attacked, resulting in terrible damage. But looks like
they're not attacking
the decision making here.
Yeah, I don't think he saw it in time. And he's just moving in, killing the rocks instead, and not even like moving in, starting to kill the base. What's left to kill? I mean, he's gonna kill supply depots and the nuke if ever for the.
Looks like there's no observer with the army, so he could cloak the ghost and start.
And there's no base
the
there
army.
because it was lifted, and
so he could EMP right now the whole army.
And so he does. And this is huge.
And he can attack. And now he has to pull back. He has to make sure the oh my God, but he's
the storm is so great with the Colossus. This will slaughter everything. That storm was gigantic.
And this is gonna decide the game. There we go.
And yeah, the GG from the storm just sells it.
And Wiki confirms his win.
And Wiki was the underdog in this matchup. So congratulations to Dragas, actually. This was an awesome game, very well played. Wow.
Wow. All right.
So, I think this is it for today.
Yep.
So, we'll be seeing you next Monday. I hope you enjoyed the game. Don't forget to send us replay with a little description or at least something to tell us which to cast or not. You can send it even if you don't want them casted because we keep them for data and stuff.
Of course. And most importantly, don't forget to have fun. Huh?
Don't forget to have fun. It's a friendly tournament. It's great. We have 3 weeks left to go. I'm David, Jean-Benoit.
Yep. And
we'll
look forward to next time.
Monday at noon.